some foot volley on the beach. In this week's lesson I'm going to be talking about VAR, what everybody is talking about. See you in the classroom. Hello, and in today's lesson I'm going to be talking about what everybody is talking about in English football anyway, and that's VAR, or Video Assistant Referee, or VAR sometimes it's called, and ask the question, is it ruining football? So is it ruining means destroy, so is it ruining football? Is it damaging football? Well, let's find out. I'm going to give you some vocabulary that maybe can help you with IELTS here to talk about the positives and the negatives of VAR. Okay, or the benefits and the drawbacks, or the pros and the cons, advantages and disadvantages, what some points for VAR and some points against VAR. So this language can help you when you're talking about the good things and the bad things of something. Today I'm also going to be using the language be supposed to plus verb. Okay, so this is used in a similar way to should in English. So when something that you should do, but there's usually a but. There's usually a contrast. But maybe you don't. So for example, in where I work, I am supposed to wear a shirt. But sometimes I don't. Okay, so in England you are not, so the negative, you are not supposed to park your car on yellow lines, but sometimes people do. Okay, so I'm going to be using that language to talk about VAR. Number one, it's supposed to. So it's supposed to give the referees help. So because referees have a difficult job, there are lots of different things happening. They need help sometimes. They don't always have the best angle, the best view to make a decision. So we make a decision. You don't take a decision. That's a common mistake. So they need some help. So the video assistant referee can help the referees. Okay. Number two, it is good for offside. So offside, it happens very fast. The players are running very quickly. The people play a long ball, or it is a deflection. There's lots of things happening. The linesman is quite far away from the action sometimes. He's about, if it's on the other side of the pitch, he could be 20, 30 meters away from where the offside is taking place. So I think VAR is good for offside. It's not exact, and there has been a lot of times this season when people have been called offside when nobody thought they were offside. The linesman didn't think they were offside, and then they checked using VAR and they were offside. So it's maybe cancelled out. It's caused less goals in football, but I think it's good for offside, really. I think that's where you can use it. It's black or white. It's either onside or offside. And VAR is good at, it's very objective in that way, that decision. Okay, and number three, there are fewer unfair decisions. So it's supposed to be that there are fewer unfair decisions, fewer mistakes, basically. So with VAR, it's supposed to help the referees make decisions, so there will be less mistakes. But does that really happen? I don't know. I'm not sure, really. Okay, so let's look at some of the disadvantages, the cons, the drawbacks, the negatives with VAR. Number one, it takes a long time. So it takes a long time to make a decision. In English football, the referee stays on the pitch. He doesn't go to a screen at the side of the pitch. They stay on the pitch, and they are waiting for somebody to make a decision with the headphone, and this takes a long time. And if you are in the stadium watching a football match, if you are a fan basically in the stadium, you don't know what's going on. In a lot of stadiums they don't have a big screen, So it can take maybe 4 or 5 minutes, maybe more, to make a decision. And that time, the fans get very frustrated in the stadium. They don't know what's going on in the stadium. So if you are a fan in the stadium, it can make your match experience worse. Number 2, I think, so VAR, it was supposed to, so in the past here, it was supposed to stop players diving, because diving or simulation is a big problem in football, and with VAR it was supposed to help the referees to stop players diving. But, so there's always a but with supposed to, but I don't think it does. I think players now know that if they feel a very small contact on their foot or their leg, they fall on the floor, and they want the VAR they want it to go to VAR, so the video assistant referee can look at it and say, oh yes, there was contact, it's a penalty. So I don't think it's stopping diving. I think it promotes diving. So if you are a player and somebody touches you, you fall on the floor now, because you know that it can go to VAR and you can get a penalty. There has been many times when people have got a penalty when they were diving, really. When they were diving, and even on the VAR it looks like a dive, but because they say there was a minimal contact, sometimes a minimal contact. The one I remember was Tammy Abraham in the Super Cup final, Chelsea versus Liverpool. Adrian came rushing out and there was the minimal contact, and it went to the video assistant referee and they said it was a penalty. So I think strikers now know with any little touch they fall on the floor, and I don't think this is good for the game. Number 3, so in English football they say that the VAR can change the decision if it is clear and obvious. Okay, so if there is a very clear, very big problem with the decision that the referee made, VAR can step in and change the decision. But this clear and obvious is subjective. Okay, it's subjective. I mean that it's somebody's opinion. What is clear and what is clear and obvious? It's because it's a very grey. It's not black and white. It's not an objective decision. What is subjective? I might think that something is a clear and obvious mistake, or I might think that something is a clear foul, and somebody else might think it is not a clear foul. So I think it's a very grey area, and it's causing a lot of problems, because in football many decisions are subjective. It's not black and white. It's somebody's opinion, and a lot of people disagree with that opinion. So I don't know, it's still a subjective decision, and slowing it down, watching the replay many times, it can make the experience worse, because it's supposed to be helping the referees. They are supposed to be getting this decisions correct now, but lots of people are disagreeing with these decisions. Okay, I'm going to stop there. VAR is a big topic in football. Are you for VAR or are you against VAR? Do you think there are more benefits or more drawbacks? Please like and comment below. I would like to hear your opinion about this. I think overall I am for VAR. I still think that the referees need some help, but at the moment it's not really the rules. I think the interpretation of the rules needs to be more clearer. Okay, so again, thank you for watching. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I have a Facebook group if you want to join the Facebook group. See you in the next video.